What if I told you that a few common vegetables sitting in your fridge right now could be quietly destroying your balance, weakening your legs, and making it harder to stay independent? And here's the kicker. These aren't exotic or unfamiliar foods. These are everyday veggies that millions of seniors eat daily, thinking they're doing their bodies a favor. But here's the good news. While some vegetables may sabotage your strength, others act like natural medicine, fueling your brain, stabilizing your steps, and defending your aging body from the inside out. It may be hard to believe, but eating the wrong types of vegetables every day can severely impact your immune function, accelerate brain aging, and undermine your mobility, especially the strength and stability of your legs. Yes, the very vegetables that many seniors assume are healthy can, in reality, trigger silent inflammation, damage the tiny blood vessels in your legs, and make walking, climbing stairs, or even standing up more difficult. Even more alarming, this can dramatically increase your risk of falls, which, according to the CDC, are the leading cause of fatal injury in adults over 65. But don't panic. You're in the right place. In this video, we're going to lay out a clear science-backed guide that shows you the 3 vegetables seniors over 65 should be eating every single day to keep their mind sharp, their legs strong, and their independence intact. And the 3 vegetables that seem healthy, but might quietly be damaging your mobility and even contributing to cognitive decline. And trust me, you'll want to stick around until the end, because one of these healthy veggies has a shocking hidden side effect that could be slowly killing your leg strength without you even realizing it. Now, before we dive in, take a moment to support the channel. Hit that like button, tap subscribe, and turn on the bell icon so you never miss a single health tip from Senior Health Boost. We're a growing community of empowered adults who want to stay informed, active, and thriving at every stage of life. And we're so glad you're here with us. If you enjoy this kind of content, type 1 in the comments below to let us know. If not, type 0 and tell us how we can make our videos better for you. Let's begin with the good news, the vegetables that should be on your plate every single day if you're over 65. Section 1. 3. Vegetables seniors over 65 should eat daily. 1. Broccoli, the natural armor against aging. In a world full of trendy superfoods and supplements, broccoli often gets overlooked. But for older adults, this humble green vegetable could be your most powerful ally. To seniors over 65, broccoli isn't just food, it's protection. It's like a suit of armor built by nature itself, designed to safeguard your most vulnerable systems at a time when your resilience naturally starts to decline. What makes it so special? Broccoli is rich in a remarkable plant compound called sulforaphane, a natural phytonutrient that actively combats chronic inflammation, one of the hidden root causes of aging. Now, we often think of inflammation as joint pain or swelling, but that's just the surface. Chronic low-grade inflammation does something much worse. It slowly degrades your muscles, weakens your joints, impairs circulation, and even erodes your cognitive sharpness. Sulforaphane works behind the scenes to switch on detox pathways that help your body clear out toxins and defend itself from oxidative stress. That means every bite of broccoli becomes an investment in longer, stronger, more independent years. And there's more. Broccoli is a fantastic source of vitamin K, which is critical for heart and bone health. Calcium, the building block of strong bones. Antioxidants, which protect your brain and blood vessels from aging after 65. Your bones naturally begin to lose density. Even small fractures can have devastating effects on your mobility and quality of life. Broccoli helps slow that process, supporting your skeleton while also keeping your arteries clear and flexible. 2 things that most seniors don't realize are deeply connected. In fact, each delicate green floret of broccoli seems to carry a complete blueprint for aging with strength, clarity, and grace. So the next time you see broccoli at the store, don't pass it by. Grab a few heads, steam, or roast them and make them a staple on your plate. Because protecting your independence might just start with what's on your fork, and broccoli is just the beginning. There are 2 more vegetables that deserve a regular place at your table if you're serious about protecting your legs, your brain, and your longevity. In the next part, we'll explore a surprising veggie that helps reduce fall risk, and another that fuels your memory like few others can. Let's move on to the second vegetable seniors should eat every day. Broccoli's ability to support leg strength and circulation truly makes it a cornerstone vegetable for seniors. But if broccoli acts as your body's inner armor, there's another humble leafy green that works behind the scenes to energize your muscles, sharpen your thinking, and quietly preserve the most precious skills you use every single day. Walking, balancing, remembering, and reacting. Could something as small and tender as a handful of spinach be one of the most powerful tools in your healthy aging toolkit? Let's explore that now. 2. Spinach, the secret source of mental clarity and physical vigor as we age. Not every food earns the title of indispensable, but spinach quietly claims that role. Without fuss, without flash, just results. While it's often mistaken for a simple salad base or a mild side dish, spinach is actually one of the most restorative plants nature has given us, especially for those over 65. What sets spinach apart? This vibrant green is packed with natural nitrates, compounds that significantly enhance blood flow, particularly to your brain and muscles. That's critical, because with age, circulation naturally declines. And when that happens, the consequences are real. Muscles begin to feel sluggish, reflexes slow down, your mind may feel foggy, and even your motivation to move can wane. But spinach steps in like a quiet superhero. These natural nitrates help dilate your blood vessels, improving their flexibility and allowing oxygen and nutrients to reach the places that need them most, especially your legs and feet. Better circulation means better muscle function, steadier steps, and a stronger defense against falls. And it doesn't stop there. Spinach is also rich in lutein and folate, 2 nutrients that directly impact memory, processing speed, and mental clarity. Studies consistently show that older adults who consume more lutein perform better on cognitive tests. That means sharper thinking, better reaction times, and more confidence in daily life. Whether it's remembering appointments, staying steady on your feet, or reacting quickly when needed. Think of spinach as a quiet force in your daily routine, subtly but powerfully supporting not just your body but your brain. The eyes have it, protecting vision with every leaf. Let's not forget another area where spinach shines. Eye health aging often brings changes in vision, but spinach fights back. Thanks to its high levels of zeaxanthin and lutein, spinach helps filter harmful blue light and protect your retina from oxidative stress. In fact, researchers have linked higher spinach intake with a reduced risk of age-related macular degeneration, the leading cause of vision loss in older adults. So, yes, while spinach may not come with a fancy label or celebrity endorsement, it quietly defends your most vital abilities: seeing, thinking, moving, and remembering. Simple, delicious ways to get more spinach daily. Wow, how can you make sure spinach shows up in your day without getting bored? Here are a few easy ideas. Add it to scrambled eggs or omelets for breakfast. Toss a handful into smoothies. You'll barely taste it, but your body will thank you. Use it as a base for salads, mixing it with other greens for texture. Stir it into soups, stews, or stir-fries in the last few minutes of cooking. Or go simple. Steam it lightly and serve with olive oil and a squeeze of lemon. And remember, cooking matters while raw. Spinach is great for salads and smoothies. Lightly steaming spinach helps reduce its oxalate content, which can interfere with calcium absorption. At the same time, it preserves its nutrients and makes the plant easier to digest, especially for aging stomachs. So, the next time you're preparing a meal, ask yourself, where can I sneak in a handful of spinach? Your legs, your mind, and your vision will thank you. Small habits, big rewards. Think about it. Adding a cup of spinach to your day may seem like a small habit, but over time it compounds into something extraordinary. It's one of those rare changes that supports nearly every system in your body, from circulation and brain function to balance, coordination, and vision. That's why for seniors aiming to stay mobile, mentally sharp, and independent for as long as possible, spinach isn't optional, it's essential. Now that we've covered broccoli, your natural armor, and spinach, your internal energizer, there's one more vegetable that completes this trio of daily defenders. It's crunchy, often red or green, and surprisingly powerful when it comes to reducing inflammation, lowering blood pressure, and improving joint function. Can you guess what it is? Let's reveal the third vegetable seniors over 65 should eat every day, and why it might just be the most colorful weapon in your anti-aging arsenal. Let's continue with spinach, the leafy green that works quietly behind the scenes to keep your brain sharp, your muscles strong, and your steps steady. Spinach isn't flashy, it doesn't dominate headlines, but in the world of senior health, this humble green is nothing short of a superhero. You see, spinach contains lutein and zeaxanthin, two powerful antioxidants that zero in on the macula of your eye, protecting it from age-related damage. For adults over 60, where vision begins to decline and macular degeneration becomes a very real threat, this is no small detail. These compounds help keep your world in focus, literally. Imagine being able to still read your favorite book without squinting, or clearly see the smiling face of your grandchild from across the room. That's what spinach helps preserve, but the benefits go deeper than eyesight. Spinach protects your freedom, the kind that comes with mobility. It keeps you behind the wheel, navigating familiar roads. It helps you move confidently through crowded grocery stores and across uneven sidewalks. That clarity of vision translates directly to fewer falls, fewer hospital visits, and more independence. And it's not just about your eyes or even your muscles. Spinach is a nervous system booster. The antioxidants in this plant work to support healthy blood vessels and nerve conduction, so the messages your brain sends to your legs don't get lost along the way. In fact, studies have shown that spinach can help preserve coordination and fine motor skills, allowing you to keep doing the things you love, painting, gardening, dancing, or simply zipping up your coat without a second thought. Let's not forget digestion. The fiber in spinach is gentle yet effective. It supports regularity, something many older adults quietly struggle with. And it helps the body absorb nutrients more effectively, meaning everything else you eat gets used more efficiently. So, how should you eat it? Here's the key. Light preparation is everything. Whether you gently saute spinach with olive oil, toss it raw into a smoothie, or steam it until just wilted, your goal is to preserve its brilliant green color and its full nutritional power. Avoid boiling it down to mush. When it's vibrant and slightly crisp, it's alive with potential. Just a cup a day, whether in a salad, a side dish, or a breakfast scramble, can make a real difference. It's a habit that requires no extra effort and yields long-term rewards. Now, while spinach has been quietly nourishing your body and preserving your mind, there's another vegetable, bright, crisp, and sweet, that often hides in plain sight. You might already have it in your fridge. It's colorful, it's crunchy, and it carries with it the power to protect your balance, sharpen your reflexes, and energize your stride. Let's turn our attention to carrots. Yes, carrots, the third essential vegetable every senior should have on their plate daily, at first glance, carrots might not seem like much. They're not exotic. They don't come with a halo of superfood status. But underneath that orange skin is a blend of nutrients that support nearly every aspect of senior wellness. First, there's beta-carotene. It's what gives carrots their signature hue, and what your body converts into vitamin A, the crucial nutrient for vision and cellular regeneration. For older adults, vitamin A helps prevent the dry, thinning eyes and fading sight that can lead to missteps, misjudged distances, and falls. And here's where things get really interesting. Carrots are defenders of your neuromuscular system, the very systems responsible for sending signals from your brain to your feet. They support reaction time, balance, coordination. If you've ever stumbled while stepping off a curb or felt unsure on uneven ground, this is the vegetable that helps rewire your confidence. Carrots are also rich in antioxidants that help maintain the integrity of your nerves and blood vessels. These are the quiet workers that keep your legs responsive, your movements fluid, and your energy steady. Let's talk digestion again. The fiber in carrots is especially helpful in stabilizing blood. Sugar, critical for anyone managing diabetes or trying to avoid sugar crashes. And when your blood sugar is stable, your energy is too. You don't get those sluggish afternoons. You don't feel the need to nap after lunch. You stay sharp, upright, present. And if all that wasn't enough, carrots also aid heart health by reducing bad cholesterol and promoting circulation, again, essential for keeping oxygen and nutrients flowing to your legs and brain. Now, the best part? They're versatile. Enjoy them raw with hummus, shredded into salads, gently steamed with herbs, or roasted for a naturally sweet side dish. Just don't overcook them. The goal is tender, not mushy. Every bite of carrot is a vote in favor of your independence, a signal to your body that you're investing in vitality, mobility, and a clear mind. So there you have it. 3 vegetables that work in harmony to protect your brain, your vision, your muscles, and your balance. But before you rush off to stock your fridge with these superfoods, there's something else you should know. Just as some vegetables build you up, others may be silently breaking you down. Hidden among the healthy options are a few common vegetables that, while seemingly harmless, can accelerate inflammation, weaken blood vessels, and sabotage your mobility from the inside out. Coming up next, we'll reveal the 3 vegetables seniors should avoid and the shocking reason why one of them may be quietly damaging your legs without you ever knowing it. Stay tuned. And if this video has helped you so far, give it a thumbs up, drop a comment, and don't forget to subscribe to Senior Health Boost for more life-changing wellness tips made just for you. You deserve to thrive, not just survive. Let's keep going. The truth about these dangerous veggies might surprise you. Now that we've honored broccoli as nature's armor and spinach as the silent fuel of brain and muscle function, let's not overlook one of the simplest yet most misunderstood vegetables. In your kitchen, one that could quietly be working against you, because for every carrot that protects your balance, there may be a vegetable that does just the opposite. Section 2, Vegetables Seniors over 65 should avoid, starting with eggplant, the hidden danger to comfort and mobility. Let's face it, aging gracefully requires not just good intentions, but smarter food decisions, and sometimes the biggest threats to your mobility aren't desserts or soda. They're sitting right in your crisper drawer, disguised as health foods. Eggplant is one of them. From the outside, it's a beauty. Deep purple, rich in fiber, low in calories. What's not to love? But inside this glossy vegetable is a stealthy compound that can quietly chip away at your independence: solanine. Solanine is a natural chemical defense mechanism produced by nightshade plants, including eggplants. It helps protect the plant from pests, but in the human body, especially one over 60, it can have unintended consequences. Here's why. Solanine has been linked to increased inflammation in muscle tissues, joints, and nerves. For seniors already managing arthritis, nerve pain, or tightness in the hips and knees, this can act like pouring fuel on a low flame. You may not notice it the first time, or the second, but over time, that stiffness you feel in your knees in the morning, that tingling in your ankles after a walk, the way it takes just a bit longer to climb the stairs, it could be your body's way of reacting to a buildup of inflammatory compounds like solanine, especially if eggplant is a regular part of your diet. Low-level damage, high-impact outcomes. Solanine doesn't cause sharp, sudden pain. It works quietly, stirring up low-level inflammation that weakens the neuromuscular link between brain and muscle. That results in slower reactions, heavier legs, and compromised balance, all of which increase your fall risk. Worse, the emotional toll. The gradual erosion of mobility brings frustration, fear, and for many, a creeping sense of dependency. What once felt like minor joint discomfort can spiral into a deeper sense of isolation and loss of freedom. And all the while eggplant sits on the plate looking innocent. But I cook it thoroughly. It's a common response. Unfortunately, cooking doesn't eliminate solanine. Whether grilled, baked, sautéed, or stewed, the compound remains, and so does its potential to harm. Of course, not everyone reacts the same. But for those over 65, whose resilience to inflammatory triggers is naturally lower, even subtle aggravators like eggplant deserve a second look. So, what can you do instead? Here's the good news. Replacing eggplant in your meals is easy and delicious. Try zucchini, softer on the joints, rich in antioxidants. Butternut squash, comforting, anti-inflammatory, and vitamin-rich. Cauliflower, versatile and easy on the digestive system. These swaps still give you variety, fiber, and plant-based nutrition without the inflammation risks. And it's not just about eggplant. Coming up next, we'll discuss 2 more vegetables that may be quietly sabotaging your legs, circulation, and strength, even if they seem innocent on the surface. So stick around, because these next insights could mean the difference between a future of vibrant movement, or one defined by pain and limitation. If you found value in this so far, please tap the like button and subscribe to Senior Health Boost. We're here to help you move smarter, age stronger, and stay confidently independent. One choice at a time. Now that we've exposed eggplant as a hidden saboteur of leg strength and comfort, let's move on to another common vegetable, one that may be sitting in your fridge right now. It looks harmless, even healthy, but it could be quietly contributing to the stiffness in your joints, the tingling in your feet, or even the unsteadiness in your steps. Vegetable number 2, green bell peppers, the hidden source of silent inflammation. They're bright, crunchy, and seemingly harmless. Green bell peppers are often celebrated for their fresh taste and low calories. But beneath that cheerful exterior lies a complex truth that every senior needs to understand, especially if you're over 65 and focused on preserving your energy, mobility, and clarity. Green bell peppers belong to the nightshade family, a group of plants that includes tomatoes, eggplants, and white potatoes. What they all have in common is a naturally occurring compound called lectins, proteins that can bind to your intestinal lining and trigger inflammation in the body. Now, for many young, healthy individuals, this isn't much of a problem. But as we age, our immune and digestive systems aren't as strong as they once were. Lectins can linger, disrupting nutrient absorption and creating a quiet storm of low-grade inflammation that builds over time. So how does this affect you? It starts subtly, a little stiffness in your ankles that didn't used to be there, a strange tingling in your toes when you're sitting, a feeling of slight imbalance when you walk across the room. You may chalk it up to just getting older. But behind the scenes, lectin-induced inflammation could be wearing down the blood vessels, nerves, and connective tissues that help you move confidently and pain-free. Over time, reduced circulation to the legs and feet can weaken the muscles, dull sensation, and make it harder to detect obstacles or stay steady, raising your risk of falls, which are already the leading cause of injury in seniors. The most frustrating part? Green peppers aren't even the healthiest option in their own family. Compared to red, yellow, and orange bell peppers, fully ripened versions, they contain far fewer antioxidants. So you're getting less protection while potentially feeding inflammation. Can cooking green peppers help? A bit. Cooking can slightly reduce the lectin content, but if you already have joint issues, nerve sensitivity, or digestive concerns, even cooked green peppers may still pose a risk. Instead, swap them out for red bell peppers, rich in vitamin C and beta-carotene; zucchini, gentle on the gut and packed with antioxidants; sweet potatoes, anti-inflammatory and excellent for circulation. Every food choice either builds strength or chips away at it. Especially in your golden years, what not to eat can be just as important as what you do. And speaking of beloved but problematic vegetables, there's another one that's practically a national icon. It's found in everything from stews to snack plates, and it's been called the ultimate comfort food. But for older adults, it might be silently eroding the very foundation of your mobility. Vegetable number 3, white potatoes, the comfort food that compromises your strength. Few vegetables are as deeply rooted in American tradition as the white potato. Whether mashed at family dinners, crisped into golden fries, or baked beside a steak, white potatoes are more than food. They're comfort, familiarity, a symbol of home. But while they may fill your plate with nostalgia, they may also be filling your body with the kind of compounds that quietly reduce your energy, weaken your legs, and threaten your independence. Why? Let's break it down. White potatoes have a high glycemic index, which means they spike your blood sugar quickly. For seniors, whose insulin sensitivity naturally declines with age, this repeated spike and crash cycle can create a cascade of problems: inflammation in the arteries and joints, diminished nerve function in the legs and feet, slower muscle recovery, and increased fatigue over time. These effects can lead to poor circulation, especially to your lower limbs, muscle weakness, particularly in the thighs and calves, balance problems, and greater fall risk. Now, potatoes do contain some potassium and vitamin C, but those benefits are quickly overshadowed by the glycemic load and lectin content. Yes, potatoes are nightshades too, and if you're like many Americans, you're not just eating potatoes boiled or steamed. You're frying them, seasoning them, combining them with high-fat dairy, or topping them with processed cheese and bacon, all of which multiply the health risks. So what's the alternative? You don't have to give up comfort foods entirely. Try these swaps: cauliflower mash instead of mashed potatoes, baked sweet potatoes instead of fries, roasted turnips or parsnips for a cozy side dish with fewer blood sugar spikes. These choices still offer the warmth and texture you love, but with a fraction of the inflammatory response and a boost of real nutrition. Remember, comfort should never come at the cost of your strength. That wrap-up leads us to our final and most surprising insight. If you've made it this far, you're already ahead of the curve. You're not just eating vegetables, you're eating intentionally. You're giving your body the tools it needs to walk steadily, think clearly, and age with vitality. Before we move on to the next section, where we reveal the top 3 vegetables that may be aging your brain faster than you think, please give this video a like and subscribe to Senior Health Boost. It helps us keep creating evidence-based, senior-focused wellness content that empowers you to live life on your terms. As we wrap up this important journey through the vegetables that silently shape our strength, balance, and independence, there's one final truth that may be the most unsettling and the most empowering. White potatoes, the comfort food that quietly undermines You white potatoes may look familiar, comforting, even harmless. But hiding behind that golden mashed or crispy shell is a serious threat, especially to seniors over 65. Why? Because white potatoes are loaded with simple, fast-digesting carbohydrates that rapidly spike your blood sugar. While this might feel like a brief burst of energy, it sets off a cascade of inflammation throughout your body. And here's the deeper problem. As we age, our circulatory systems become more delicate. The tiny vessels that feed oxygen and nutrients to our brain, legs and feet can be severely damaged by repeated blood sugar spikes. Seniors often experience longer recovery times, reduced sensation, and a subtle but dangerous decline in mobility that sneaks up, until a fall or fatigue signals something isn't right. But the harm doesn't stop there. Repeated spikes in blood. Sugar also accelerate arteriosclerosis, the hardening of your arteries. When arteries lose their flexibility, blood flow slows down. The result: cold feet, leg cramps, numbness, slower reflexes, and yes, instability. That instability might start with minor discomfort. But in a vulnerable body, even small slips can lead to broken bones, long hospital stays, or permanent loss of independence. And consider this: many seniors already struggle with high blood pressure or heart disease. When you take that starchy side dish and add butter, sour cream, or salt, you're compounding the damage, often without even realizing it. Even worse, white potatoes offer very little nutritional protection. They're low in antioxidants, low in fiber, and pale compared to vibrant root vegetables like sweet potatoes or carrots, which nourish your cells and support your vision, strength, and digestion. Yet millions of seniors continue to eat white potatoes daily, unaware of the subtle sabotage they bring to the legs and heart. But here's the good news. You don't need to give up comfort to choose better. Swap mashed potatoes for cauliflower. Mash, creamy, low carb, rich in vitamin C, roasted sweet potatoes, high in fiber and anti-inflammatory antioxidants, steamed parsnips or turnips, flavorful, filling, and gut-friendly. Because here's what it really comes down to. Every meal is an opportunity, a chance to say yes to more energy, more mobility, more life. The power of small daily choices. When we think about aging, we often imagine it as something that happens to us. A slow, steady decline, a road we walk with no control. But that's not the full picture. Real strength in your 70s, 80s, and beyond doesn't come from grand gestures. It comes from small, intentional decisions, like what you put on your plate. Choosing spinach over processed greens, saying no to eggplant if your joints are inflamed, picking broccoli instead of bland filler, putting down the white potato, and lifting up your own potential. Each of these decisions seems tiny, but together they shape the future of your independence, your vitality, your ability to keep living on your terms. This isn't just about vegetables, it's about you. Every bite is more than food. It's a vote for mobility or for stiffness, a vote for clear thinking or for fog, a vote for dancing at your grandchild's wedding or sitting quietly in the corner wishing you could join. No, we can't prevent every challenge that aging brings, but we can give ourselves the best fighting chance. We can nourish the legs that carry us, the brain that defines us, the heart that keeps beating for the people we love, and we can do it one colorful vegetable, one thoughtful choice, one empowered step at a time, a final word from the heart. I want to leave you with this truth, something I've learned through my own journey and the stories I've heard from thousands of seniors just like you. Healthy aging isn't about chasing miracles. It's about awareness, consistency, and above all, respect. Respect for the body that has carried you through so many chapters of life. Respect for the mind that still dreams, learns, remembers. Respect for the spirit that still wants to thrive, not just survive. That's why every meal matters. That's why you matter. Because when you fuel yourself with intention, you're saying to the world, I still have things to do, people to love, moments to create. Your turn and a small request. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these vegetables surprised you the most? Have you experienced changes in energy, balance, or memory after making simple dietary swaps? Share your story in the comments below. Let's learn from one another and grow stronger together. And if this video moved you, helped you, or gave you a new perspective, please do 3 small things that help us keep doing this important work. Click the thumbs up button to support our channel. Subscribe to Senior Health Boost so you never miss the tips and tools that could transform your future. Share this video with someone you love, because sometimes the best gift we can give is knowledge that keeps someone we care about strong and independent. Your voice, your story, your health, it all matters here. Thank you for watching, thank you for caring, and thank you for showing up for yourself. Here's to strength, stability, and a life well lived at every age. Until next time, take care and keep moving forward. This is Senior Health Boost, where your best years are just getting started.